Hello everyone, it's the Axle Shifter here, and I am back finally with the next Forlorn Classics video. I know it's been a while because I've been working on Multiverse Wars number 41, so sorry for that, but I'll be back on track with the Forlorn Classics series, well at least the best if I can. But now, we're going to be talking about a underrated platforming game, a 3D platformer game, that being Suzy Cube. And no, not Among Us, of course. I'm talking about the game itself, Suzy Cube. I mean, it's a pretty simple gaming platforming game at first, really, but I would say that there is a lot more to this game than just what meets the eye, in my opinion. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Alright, now it's time we get into this game's story. Yeah, this platform game has a pretty simple story, but still a story nonetheless. So anyways, this is about Suzy Cube, this cube girl that's trying to stop the evil skulls from robbing the place. Well, they still rob the castle anyways, but Suzy tries out going to stop them. So anyway, she goes out and meets this king guy who's really short for some reason, and this queen who tells her to stop them and pretty much get the money and gold back. So with that, her adventure begins, and yeah, that's basically the whole plot of the game. And yeah, the plot's pretty simple, but that's kind of the whole point of the game. You don't really want too big of a story going on in a simple mobile game now. Not saying you can't do that, of course, because video games having stories are pretty much really cool, obviously. Plenty of games since beginning of time has had that. But yeah, I don't mind this game not having a deepest story with lore and everything else. Just, pretty easy to understand. But now it's time we get into the gameplay itself. And this is where things get really interesting. So the gameplay is, of course, a 3D platformer, but you also have to collect these coins, of course, and you have to collect 3 stars, and you have to complete the level before the timer runs out, as you can see in the top corner back there. And there are also these different enemies called the skulls. Well, they're just called that because, they're mini orange skulls. They basically act like your enemies of the game, like Mario and Goombas, Sonic's Moto Bugs, all that different kind of jazz and stuff. And there are also different power-ups, such as the life box and this mini hat thing. I don't really know what it does, but I guess it just gives you, more power, I'm assuming, but whatever. And yeah, the game overall just feels pretty simple, and there's even portals that could teleport you to another, void or something where you just get different stars for the levels and you collect them. But if the timer runs out, you get no stars. So yeah, that's kind of have to suck. You really have to get faster, but it's still pretty easy to do. And now, what are my thoughts on the gameplay itself? Well, I actually really like the gameplay because, like I said before, it's pretty easy to understand and it's pretty simple. And it does get kind of frustrating at times because Suzy just really does feel kind of slow sometimes, but that could easily be fixed with power-ups and you going to double fasting and a double jump. But overall, I do really like the gameplay here. And now I think it's time we talk about the level design. The level design for this game is really good, as there are several different layouts you could go as and secret pathways and shortcuts. And I really like the designs of the skulls. I think they're kind of cute in my opinion. It's kind of cool. But anyways, now that the level design's done, I think it's time we talk about the soundtrack for this game. And man, is it actually decent enough, I suppose. It's not really that really deep of music or actual lyrics or anything. There are no lyrics. It's pretty simple, 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit type stuff, music. The music is okay. You couldn't listen to it. There's a playlist on YouTube for the game's soundtrack. But overall, I do think that the soundtrack is okay. Now it's time for the flaws of this game, and honestly, in my opinion, there just aren't enough that unique power-ups that actually use. There's only the life power-up that gives you an extra life, and the hat power-up, which gives you a double jump, I think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know really how the hat works. I played this game and I still don't really know. And also, I feel like it should have been more challenging to find out where the different stars were, actually try to find them. And it probably would actually give you another chance. Actually, I would do that. So, yeah, that's what I think this game has the problem with. But overall, I mean, besides from the different enemies not really being very unique enough, I mean, I just feel like I wish there were more uniquely designed enemies aside from these bees and the skulls. But overall, this game is pretty good, and I highly recommend you play it. Now, I mean, you could download an APK of it, that's what I did, and you can also probably buy it off the App Store, but, I don't know if you really want to spend money. If you really want to, then that's fine. It's your money. You can spend it however you like, but, you know. But anyways, Suzy Cube is a really good 3D platforming game, which I think you'll get some decent fun out of it, if you really want to relax yourself a bit, play a simple game while you're on a train or a plane or something. Well, I really like rhyming for some reason. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this Forlorn Classics video, and yeah, I'll see you later. Goodbye.